Hello, Santa Cruz, and welcome to our Get Out the Vote virtual event, sponsored by three Santa Cruz City Council candidates, Martine Watkins, Sonia Brunner, and Shebra Kalantari Johnson. I'm Kim Luke, and I am so honored to be your virtual on-screen host and MC today, traveling magically from my home directly into yours. And don't bother straightening up. It's okay. I didn't. This clearly isn't real. Now, in the next half hour or so, you'll hear from each of these three candidates and some other local voices. Plus, we'll bring you some music from Papiba and Friends and also a samba dance lesson. So if you're not already wearing sweatpants daily, like literally all the time, well, just go ahead and get comfortable because really, I think the fashion mullet is the #1 good thing we can all take out of this pandemic. Business on top, comfy off camera. Now, throughout this virtual event, we'll be posting all the relevant websites that we mentioned in the comments for the event. So you can look back and go and visit those later when you have time. Be sure to learn more about the candidates and the issues that are on the ballot in November 3rd, but you already know that. And pay attention locally as well as nationally. It's vital that your voice be heard, especially on the local level. Make change in your city, our city, and then support that change as it grows. Now, just a reminder, the last day to register online to vote is October 19th. You can register in person at your polling place on November 3rd. Visit votescount.us for registration information, polling places, voting options, and ballot return methods. Most importantly, make your voting plan now and ask your friends, ask your family what their voting plan is. I mean, do it together-ish. Do it together 6 feet apart with a mask on. It's just gonna make you feel great. I mean, just get that sticker. It's what we all want, right? So, moving along, I would like to now introduce our first candidate speaking today. Martine Watkins is a current Santa Cruz City Council member and former mayor. She is running for re-election to the Santa Cruz City Council. Learn more at martinewatkins.com.
Welcome to Get Out the Vote. My name is Martine, as Kim mentioned, and I'm here today with my two daughters.
I'm Evie. I'm Winnie.
And I'm from Santa Cruz County. I'm really grateful to be raising our two girls here with my husband on the east side of Santa Cruz. I believe change starts locally, and I am invested. I have been committed for many years to finding solutions to complex issues. I'm running for re-election because I'm still passionate about wanting to enact solutions to make Santa Cruz the most healthy, equitable, and sustainable community as possible. And this year, we are celebrating 100 years of a women's right to vote. But we have to remember it wasn't until many years later that Black and other women of color were able to get that right. And a woman's access to the polls is often determined by where she lives. And I say this because it really highlights our history as a nation around housing segregation, which often correlates with race. And I'll share a brief story. In 1980, when my parents were moving from Oakland to Santa Cruz as a mixed race couple, they had a really difficult time finding a realtor and getting a loan. And I share this because I believe that we have a responsibility to remedy systemic injustices. If we as policymakers in our city influence community health, then we as local electeds need to think about that as we make decisions around land use, where healthy foods can be, access to clean air and water, economic development, safe routes to school, walkable communities, you name it. And we can make these decisions to elevate the communities that have been historically left behind. I do believe that we can decouple economic prosperity from climate change and inequality, and we can rebuild Santa Cruz to be the most resilient community as possible and apply a climate lens for recovery. No matter what, this all hinges on our ability to partner with you, to partner with other sectors in our community, and to work together to create the change that we need right now. And I'm ready for this work. There is strength in unity. Santa Cruz knows how to come together. We've done so in the past. We saw recently how we came together with the fires. And I was so honored to receive your vote 4 years ago. I would be most honored to receive your vote again now in 2020. But no matter what, get out and vote. Democracy is not a spectator sport. We need to have you engage. So get out and vote.
Get out the vote. Get out the vote.
Get out the
Hi
vote.
everyone, I'm gonna go vote and I really encourage you to come vote too.
Obrigado, Santa Cruz. We're so happy to be here with you and to support Get Out the Vote. Thank you to Shebra, Sonia, and Martine for inviting us all together to create this special event. And thank you, Santa Cruz Warriors, for helping us make this happen too. We are Papima and Friends, and we're going to play some tunes for you. Papima and Friends would not be here if we weren't able to work together. Community is about working together. Elected officials listen to and work with all the members of a community. In that way, communities are molded by the people who actually go out and vote. Elections have consequences. If we don't vote, someone else will make the choices for us. And I don't just mean national elections, but also our local elections too. You need to make sure your voice is heard in the community by showing up to vote. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring the guys in your band, bring your favorite dance partner. Can you commit to doing that and asking your friends, family, and neighbors to vote sometime between now and November 3rd? It's more fun to vote together. And we can get every eligible voter to the polls if you bring another person from your community along with you. And I'll give you extra points and extra credit if you can find a friend who's never voted before. And now we're going to play some music.
Well, we wanted to play this song, but I wanted to translate because we just wrote the song. It's a very political song, and it's called "Peraí," means like wait a second, wait there. And the translation goes like this: Minha gente precisa saber, my people need to know, que isso não pode acontecer, that this cannot happen, nem comigo e nem com você, not with you, not with me. Not with me, not with you. And say, hey, peraí, hey, wait there. Para que tanta desigualdade? Why so much inequality? Deixa de tanta brutalidade. Stop so much brutality com a nossa comunidade, with our community. And that's how it goes. Desigualdade Oh man, this new song is cool.
Thank you, Papiba and friends. That was wonderful. We'll be hearing more music from them in a little bit. And right now, I'd like to introduce our second candidate today. Sonia Brunner has been a voter for 30 years, and now she's running for Santa Cruz City Council. To learn more, visit soniabrunner.org, and that is spelled SONJABRUNNER.org.
Ready?
Hi, happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you, Kim Luke. My name is Sonia Brunner, Santa Cruz City Council candidate, and thank you so much for joining us today for this Get Out the Vote virtual event. I believe voting should be social, communal, and celebrated, and I'm so happy to be with you all here today. It was 100 years ago when women were granted the right to vote. However, it wasn't until 1965, only 5 years before I was born, when Black women broke barriers, insisted on equality for all, and won the right to vote. Especially as a woman of color, I'm not taking that progress for granted. I've been a voter for 30 years now, and I will continue to do my part in making progress towards racial and social equity. This November 3rd election is the beginning, not the end, of our work to make transformational change. A quote on societal change from the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is, "Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time." You can also help get out the vote in the community by helping family members make sure they're registered. Go to votescount.us. Talk to your coworkers or schoolmates and talk to your friends. Try to get 3 friends to vote. I'm running for City Council as my commitment to support the health and well-being of Santa Cruz. Being engaged at a local level is how we make the most impact. I've already demonstrated my commitment to creating inclusive and equitable solutions for our community through my decades of civic engagement, my work in the downtown district, my volunteer efforts, and nonprofit collaborations. I have a background in small business management and support, and I hope to bring the breadth of my experiences to focus on tools for COVID-19 economic recovery and sustainability for our small businesses, residents, and artists. I have also served overall now 7 years on the Housing Authority Board of Commissioners for Santa Cruz County. I'm committed to increasing housing options and truly understand the need to advocate for affordable housing resources in Santa Cruz. As a renter, as someone who's in the low-income public housing program for 8 years, and especially now with COVID-19 and CZU lightning fire impacts. In summary, I've worked hard for 28 years in the Santa Cruz community, and I will continue to do so for the next 4 years if elected. So now let's get out the vote.
I'm 20. I'm going to vote, and you should too. Hi, I'm 24. I'm going to vote, and you should too. Get out the vote.
What's up, Warriors fans? It's Isaiah Reese here with the Santa Cruz Warriors. I'm here to remind you that November 3rd is Election Day. As voters, it's our duty to go vote. It's important for us to determine our future. There should be no excuse why we should stay out of the game. So let's all show up and be ready to vote.
Thank you so much, Isaiah Reese. You know, I have a special place in my heart for the Santa Cruz Warriors. I also have a championship ring. So now I would like to introduce our third speaker today. Shebra Kalantari Johnson is a grant writer and a nonprofit consultant, and she is running for Santa Cruz City Council. Learn more about Shebra at shebra.org, and that is spelled SHEBREH.org.
Good evening. My name is Shebra Kalantari Johnson, and I'm running for Santa Cruz City Council. Thank you all for joining us tonight and for being engaged and active in this historic election. Our community's been living in crisis over the last several months, and it's been building up over the last several years. It's during these times of crisis that we must come together and rebuild a stronger future. When my parents left Iran after the Islamic Revolution, they sought to find a better life for themselves and their 2 daughters. The promise of America with its free and fair elections, human rights for all, and the rule of law. This is what drew them here. The values and principles of the Democratic Party, that of social equality, religious secularism, and strong communities. This is why we came here, and we found it. Fast forward to 2001, 16 years after arriving here and calling the United States my home, I gained my citizenship. This was in the midst of 9/11 hatred targeting people from the Middle East and often just people of color from anywhere. My citizenship swearing-in ceremony is embedded in my mind and heart. It's mixed with emotions of joy, relief, security, and exclusion and othering. I'll never take for granted my right to vote, my voice, and my choice. In the last 19 years of being given the privilege to vote, I've not missed an election. These elections have significant impacts on our local communities. I've dedicated my life and career to generating solutions that create a strong Santa Cruz, supporting youth through early care and education, childhood obesity prevention, and youth substance use prevention, working on local city and county policies, securing over $30 million for Santa Cruz to fund issues that range from immigration rights to juvenile justice reform, and recently co-leading the emergency response team to help youth experiencing homelessness find a safe space to shelter in place. These are some examples where I have listened, built partnerships, and navigated government frameworks that turn vision into action. And today, I want to contribute my skills and experience to serve our community as a member of our city council, to serve through partnership and lead with a pragmatic mind and a compassionate heart. This event is a step towards this service. And as I said, I don't take my privilege to vote for granted. This is why it's so important for me to help get out the vote for this election. If you're watching this, you're probably already engaged at some level in political activity. So I invite you to reach out to a friend, a neighbor, a family member who isn't as engaged. Share the importance of voting with them. Help them register. I just did this recently. I supported some family members in registering to vote. There are many reasons that I wanted to participate in this event and co-host. It's an opportunity to collaborate with my colleagues, Sonia and Martine. It brings lightness and fun, which is much needed these days, into our homes. It brings us together virtually as a community. But most importantly, it's contributing to a movement to preserve our democracy. If you are as concerned as I am by our political landscape, it's vital that you make your voice and your choices heard and encourage your community to do the same. What we do together at the local level will impact the national landscape. So let's do this.
This is Michael Watkins, the former Santa Cruz County Superintendent of Schools, and I want to encourage all of you to get out the vote. Locally, it matters. Get out the vote.
Thank you so much for joining us to get the vote out. And thank you to the 3 council candidates, Shebra, Sonia, and Martine, for organizing this event. We are going to show you some samba moves that you can do at home. We have all had the craziest year. So much has been taken away, from losing the ability to come together as a community for music and dance, to watching our forests burn and our skies turn orange with smoke. We have lost so much in 2020. One thing that has not been taken away, cannot be taken away, is our right to make our voices heard. And we do that when we vote.
So when we're voting, we're not voting just for our elected officials, we're also voting for how our tax dollars are spent. Tax money goes for all sorts of local projects. So when you're voting, this is your chance to stand up for things like school funding, affordable housing, and we want to make sure that our elected officials have our backs. So make sure you know who you're voting for, get out there and vote, go to the polls. You can look at sites like votescount.us by the County of Santa Cruz or vote411.org by the League of Women Voters. They can help you learn anything you need to know to make your choices, and if you don't vote, someone else is going to make your choice for you. So get out there.
Some samba today. So we're going to start out with a very basic samba step. And there's 3 parts to it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And to make it a little juicier, you're going to put all your weight on whatever foot you're on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Add your abs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, we're going to speed it up just a little bit. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Samba, and then we're going to get it all together and speed it up a little bit. So after our 8 sambas, we're going to step the side and open, side and open, side and open 3 times, and twist. Let's try again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, twist. Twist again. Side, open, side, open, side, open, twist. Good. Let's try that with the samba and a little bit of music. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 8 more samba. We'll do 8 more sambas, and we're going to do a little step called an S. We're going to go forward and back. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our feet are going to change places. 7, 8. Let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wanna try it to music? Let's try.
2, 3.
8. Good job. Okay, after we get there, we're gonna do a little hip movement. It's called a meshi. We're gonna do this for 8. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, a little faster. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? Try it, everyone. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. Okay, we're gonna put it all together. Just to remind you, we're going to do 8 of our sambas. Then we're going to do our harbures, 3 of those into our little twist. We're going to do 8 more sambas. After those sambas, 8, we're going to come forward, 2, back. And then our little meshi. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Let's do it slow, no music, and then we're going to go fast. Not fast, with music.
7, 8, and 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Some again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Ready?
Good job. Okay, we're gonna try it
The
with
music?
music. Ready? 5, 6,
7,
8. Good job. We're gonna try it one more time with music. A little surprise.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Thank you for that samba lesson. I gotta tell you, I nailed it. I did every single step perfectly. Sadly, there are no witnesses here to confirm that, so you'll just have to take my word for it. It is now my honor to introduce our next speaker. Deb Tracy Prue is a 3-term trustee on the Santa Cruz City Schools Board of Education. She is also an officer with the Democratic Women's Club of Santa Cruz County, and we're so happy to have her join us today.
I'm sure that by now you are all as excited as I am to be able to vote for these 3 smart, accomplished, amazing women. Because we know that Santa Cruz needs leaders who can put aside divisive ideologies and focus on the actual work of creating functioning government and policies that ensure a vibrant and healthy community for everyone. I'm excited that Martine, Sonia, and Shebra are willing to serve because I know that they will be genuinely engaged and will work collaboratively with their fellow council members, city staff, and community members on tackling the issues and concerns that face our city. They'll use their collective experience and compassion and problem solving in creating inclusive, sustainable solutions that benefit all of us. And face it, I mean, we all know moms get stuff done, right? So how do we go about electing these 3 women? Well, first of all, as soon as this event is over, you're gonna go out and tell 3 of your friends about Sonia, Shebra, and Martine. And then you're gonna share your support for them all over your social media. The next thing you can do is next weekend on the 10th and the 11th, there will be a coordinated campaign precinct walk to distribute informational door hangers. So you can grab a friend and grab a mask and head on down to 428 Front Street between 9 and noon to grab a precinct packet. And then you can head out into your neighborhoods and you can spread the word that way. The next thing you can do is visit their websites and give them some money. This is a weird year on so many levels, but it's especially hard for campaigning and trying to get your message out. So any amount you can contribute will help Sonia, Martine, and Shebra get their message out to voters and get voters aware of how awesome they are. And then finally, make sure you have a plan to vote. Make sure your family has a plan to vote. Make sure your friends, your neighbors all have a plan. They know when and where they're gonna vote for Martine, Shebra, and Sonia. And I just personally want to add that I am so grateful for these three amazing women for being willing to serve and run in our city government, because I know they will make sacrifices personally, but it is for the greater good for all of us, and I am just so incredibly grateful. So having said that, we got this, Santa Cruz. Get out and vote, and I will turn this back over to Kim.
Thank you so much to Kim, the most iconic and amazing hostess in Santa Cruz. Thank you for being our MC. And I also want to say thank you so much to our incredible board member, Deb Tracy Prue, for your tireless commitment to education and to kids. We're really grateful for you to be here with us today as well. Okay, Evie, what are you going to say?
Go vote.
Awesome. To you too, Winnie?
Go vote.
Go.
I would like to thank my collaborators on this Get Out the Vote event, City Council candidates Shebra Kalantari Johnson and Martine Watkins. Also, to each of our amazing campaign teams who are really just awesome friends who are volunteering their time to support us. Thank you. I'd also like to give a big thank you to my musical cohorts, Papiba and Friends. That's Papiba, Gary, and Etienne. You bring so much joy and culture through your music into our Santa Cruz community. So thank you for being here with us today. You can follow Papiba and Friends at papibaandfriends.com. They'll be concluding this event with some of their good music.
I'd like to thank our samba dancers, Andrea and Melanie's girls, Isaiah from Santa Cruz Warriors, and everyone who's contributed to this event. Thank you all so much, and please vote. Remember to vote.
Vote Shebra. Vote Martine. Vote Sonia. Remember to vote.
Well, thank you again to our candidates for organizing this virtual event and for their dedication to our community. Thank you to the artists and the behind the scenes wizards for participating in and supporting our efforts to get out the vote. And of course, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out martinewatkins.com, soniabrunner.org, shebra.org, and votescount.us. Thanks so much for joining us. Find this video and share it. Share it with people that should be voting. And now to close out our event, more music from Papiba and Friends.
1, 2, 3, 4. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. E quando eu penso no tempo do cativeiro, o parque do meu pandeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. Vendo balança, a rapaz do coqueiro e a ginga do capoeira, por meu jogo esse bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, a ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. Vai, 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 vai. Vai, ô, bebê. Vai, 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 vai. Vai, ô, bebê. Vai, 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 vai. Bebê, bebê, bebê. Vai, 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 vai. Vai, ô, bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê. A ginga do caboclo no terreiro, balanço de jangadeiro, por meu jogo esse bebê.
All right. Obrigado.